And a follow-up to a story 22 News told you about last year. Fruit trees suffered damage from the unusual weather we had in 2012. 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Nick Bannon joins us to talk about whether the weather this year will mean for more fruit for the picking and prices in the fall.
While it felt unusually cold today, this year's weather is cooperating with local fruit farmers. Last year's warm winter started an early blossom of fruit trees. Not a good thing if that warm weather is followed by a late frost.
I lost about 2 acres of apples that are on my lower area from frost that happened after the bloom, but a lot of orchards took a real beating from late frost because everything was in bloom and apples were already formed when we had the cold weather.
At Outlook Farm in West Hampton, they're seeing signs that this spring won't take away some of their more popular fruits, like the Cortland apples.
Cortlands are usually a huge crop, and last year they weren't as big as they usually are.
Why is that?
They didn't come out like the rest of them did, you know what I mean? They didn't grow the same.
Fewer apples made for a 20% price increase last year, but this year's cooler winter and early spring has slowed the growth of the fruit trees, which could bring prices back down if they have more crop. The fruit trees here at Outlook Farm are growing at about 2 to 3 weeks slower than they did last year, like this apple tree here, and that means that the fruit inside will be protected longer from any cold nights. This means better chances that fruit survives with a typical last frost around mid-May. Now, a warm summer with no late frost should mean you'll be able to pick your own apples, peaches, cherries, and plums around Labor Day. Live in the studio, Nick Bannon, 22 News.